Okay, are we live? I'm going to shut my window because it's a little bit breezy. So we'll just see who joins. Hi everybody. Just see who comes on. I might flip the camera around at the end. I'm just say not looking the best today. Even though I've had a couple of hours. We'll just wait until people join. Hey Anne! Anne's in the house. Good to see you, Anne. What a day. Always. Do you know the thing was though, watching all the videos and the recipes, and then I was like thinking, do you know, I can now understand how it feels when you're waiting all day. And I have had something to eat, but you get to that point and you think, I'm ready to eat now because I see all this amazing food. And I sound a little bit worse for wear as well. So that's my own fault. Hey Darby, good to see you. So, yeah, I thought to myself, what do I make? What do I do for this theme? And it was going to be between burgers or something much simpler because I knew I was going to be going out last night. So I thought to myself, it's got to be something easy. And I thought maybe doing a pizza. But then I would have had to make the dough up, and then I could have had more dough, and etc, etc. So anyway, but if you're just joining, if you're wondering what on earth's happening, I'm not usually on at this time. Not cooking anyway. I usually come on about 5 o'clock. It is 6:15, and I was meant to come on at 7, but we had someone, Kim, who couldn't come on today, so never mind. So I'm happy that I'm on a little bit earlier. Is that Brenda? Brenda, right, I want to show you something. So it is our cooking Saturday today. So all the chefs have come on. Pop in your usernames, where all the links, even though it's on my X page. But have a look on there, you can find all the links, and you can go and watch the replays back if you want to do that. But I want to show Brenda something first of all that I mentioned in her live stream. I've had to put this in the fridge, Brenda, so because once you've opened it, if you get in this gel, this is the sea moss gel. Can you see that there? That's what it looks like. You only have 27 days once you've opened it, because obviously it's a sea moss. So we're talking about this in Brenda's broadcast about this is what I started taking. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. You can get it in a gummy format, but yeah, don't taste this on its own with a teaspoon. It's not the best. So mix it in, and it's full of like, you know, benefits, nutrients, vitamins. So yeah, check that out, Brenda. You'll be able to find that somewhere. But if you don't want that one, you can get the nutrients, vitamins. So yeah, check that out, Brenda. You'll be able to find that somewhere. But if you don't want that one, you can get the yeah, check them out. Another thing I take is collagen as well, collagen powder. I'll send you a message about that later. Right then, shall we get cooking? I don't think it's going to be a long broadcast today, but what I'm cooking is this, and I've not made this in such a long time. This is a Vietnamese pork stir fry, and I really like this because you get all the flavors in these little pods. Do you remember these, Anne? A couple of years ago in lockdown. So you get all the sauces. You've got your beef stock in there. You've got your, it's called, I think it's pronounced Thitco paste. And then you've also got the chili garlic paste, which is like a chili garlic sauce at the end. So it's one of my favourite dishes. The only thing I don't have is bok choy. So if you want to make this, you can do it with bok choy or mange tout. I think it's called mange tout. But I've got green beans instead. You can add any other vegetables you want to this. So let's get cooking then. I should let you know as well, after me we've got Darby Jones. So Darby, pop some emojis up in the chat, then people can follow you here, but they can also find you on I think you're coming live on Twitch. I think it's Twitch. So also find you on I think you're coming live on Twitch. I think it's Twitch. So there we go. Right, let's make a start. So what you're going to need for this, you're going to need a frying pan or some sort of pan to do the pork. I've got some pork fillet here, which I'm going to chop up. Okay, we've got some green beans, as I say. I didn't it does ask for shallots, but and I didn't actually have a brown onion, so or a white onion. I'm gonna use a red onion instead. So you can also do this with chicken if you want as well. Spring onions or scallions, and then we've got some brown sugar as well. So I'm gonna start by chopping the onion, and then I'll weigh out the rice as well. So yeah, let's just say I had a bit of not a heavy night last night, but it was an experience I would definitely never forget. Put it that way. It was very, very good. If you want to see some photos, I think I did send some photos on the group, but I did a video and I posted it on TikTok, so you can see that one. Right, I'm just going to chop this up. I've got a chopper, so it's not going to take too long. I've also got this new chopping board as well. That's from Deer and Oak. So I've got other chopping boards, you see, so I don't actually use this one because it's on the bottom. Plus, I've not really cooked a lot of meals recently. I should get definitely back into cooking. Would you like me to come live again and start doing some live streams? So I'm just going to chop this up as I would normally do it. Okay, I'll try and read the comments, so I apologise if I'm missing any comments. So yeah, Anne made some cookies. They looked amazing. And a stir fry. And then we had Brenda come on. She made a soup and meatballs. And then we had Jay coming on. He's just made an asparagus pie, which was a recipe from Nigel Slater, wasn't it? I have heard of his name before here, but it's not. I think he's on. We have some channels, and he pops up now and again. But I think he's more BBC chef. But I think he was like in the 90s or early 90s. He was quite famous. A bit of a not too bad. I don't have a hangover, Brenda. I've just got a bit of a. I'm just tired. I'll definitely sleep well tonight. Right, let me use the vegetable chopper for this. Or shall I just use... I'm just thinking. No, I'll chop it up. Let's chop it up, not as using a knife. They do say hangovers get worse as you get older. But it's not the hangover. The hangover's more the tiredness, I think. Yeah, I was going to use the vegetable chopper, but... I'll just chop these up like so. I actually oiled this board a couple of weeks ago as well. It's a good board. Right, so we've got our onions. I'm going to also chop up the green beans. And then what I never do is I never chop up pork or any meat on a new chopping board. I just don't know why. I just have this feeling that the meat's still going to be left on the board. So I tried to either use a second board or I just don't use it at all and just chop it up. So I'm going to use green beans instead. Another little tip for you, if you've got green beans and you're a bit stuck of what to do with them, you can fry these with some garlic. Tastes really nice. So but I'm going to chop the ends off. These have been in my fridge a few days, so I'm not worried about... They're all right, and don't forget you can freeze these as well. They look good to me. So I'll do a few more. That's really the only veg I've got. So let me just put that on a plate. Okay, everything's in slow mode. All right, I'll chop them up as well. So yeah, it was really good yesterday. Very, very good. Lots of people. Right, I've had enough of that. We don't need any more of those. Okay, get rid of these ends. And then we'll start to chop the meat up. So what we're going to do is we're going to boil 140 grams of rice, jasmine rice. I think it's jasmine rice. I put all the rice into one of these boxes, but I didn't put the label on. It's still got the old label on, and it says I don't even know what that was. Pasta? I hope it's not. That's definitely not pasta, is it? I can't remember my last hangover, but I guess that's a good thing. Do you know what, Brenda, though? Was it last cooking Saturday we had that wine, didn't we? And we were drinking the wine. And I tell you what, the next day I was totally fine. Was it last cooking Saturday we had that wine, didn't we? And we were drinking the wine. And I tell you what, the next day I was totally fine. What they call them, scallions, or we call them spring onions. Tell you what, this also works with this as well. Is I'm going to chop the ends off because they're a bit not looking too great. Actually, no, I do need them. Be all right. I'll chop these off though. Just the tips. That were funny, Brenda, what you said about. It wouldn't be funny, of course, if we ended up chopping your finger off on a live stream, but it has happened. Well, one thing happened when I was on a live stream. I went to put the flour into the bowl, and it just fell out of my hand, and then I had to clean up all the flour. What's that? The cookies are good. They are really sweet. I wonder if I could use less. What's that? The cookies are good. They are really sweet. I wonder if I could use less sugar next time. Yeah, because I'll leave it at the marzipan. Because it made me think, Brett, Anne, when you were cooking, I thought, is that what they use in Christmas cakes, isn't it? I wasn't sure how much sugar there's in marzipan, but I know it's quite a high. You know, when you hear about these cakes and stuff, marzipan, it's always, people always talk about how much sugar's in them. But yeah, I would. You could cut it out. Maybe add you can always add like other things to it, can't you? Like dip it in chocolate sauce. Take out the sugar and then dip it in some like chocolate or something else that's sweeter, and then you can control how much sugar's in it. Right, I don't know what I'm doing with these spring onions, so let me just. The only recipe I've got is this. So it's actually in the box. Okay, so it says just cook the rice, fry the pork, make the sauce, and finishing touches. And I have made it before, but it's such a long time ago. So, alright, we'll move that out of the way because we'll get the beef cooking. Okay. Alright, we'll move that out of the way because we'll get the beef cooking. Okay. Has anyone got any thoughts of the next month's theme? But I'm thinking it's going to have to be the date I can do. I think it's the 20. It's either the 22nd or the 23rd. I think it's that weekend anyway. That'll be the weekend that I can do. Right, so I'm going to heat this pan up. I'm hoping my power's not going to go off because this hob here I can't use because every time I turn this one on it just sends the fuse into, it shuts off the electricity, so I'm going to have to go for a smaller one and hope for the best. So let's switch this on. There it is. Okay, we're good. Fingers crossed. Right, so that's going to heat up. I'm going to start to, in fact we'll do the rice. So I'm going to put 140 mils of rice in here. Why am I getting another one out? 1 second. Don't worry, this one's not on. Just going to make sure it's level. Press the 0 button. Okay, so 100 and... Does it actually say how much? Oh, it's on the back. There you go, it tells you on the back. If you want to take a screenshot. Oh, thank you for the gift, Brenda. It's all changed on TikTok. Oh, thank you for the gift, Brenda. It's all changed on TikTok now because it used to show the effects, but I don't know. It might have come up already, but I just didn't see it. Where are we? 140, I was right. So 140 for 2, double it if you want more, of course. So 140, I hope this is jasmine rice. I think it is. Oh, I just heard it then. Thank you so much for the awards, guys. Ooh, there we go. Does anyone ever do that? And you know, it happens at like petrol stations as well, where you try to guess the amount and you try and get it exact. 141. 141. Right, so let's turn this off. Turn this off. Okie dokie. So that's getting nice and hot. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there. I've got some more, but you don't need too much oil. I love this pan. This one's from Tower, right? But I've got another one. But I've also got, next week, if you watch my videos, I've got some new pans to show you. So, super excited to show you them. Right, so I need some water for this. You want 300 millilitres. It's going to have to be hot. So let me boil the kettle. 1 minute. Boil the kettle. 1 minute. You know, today it's been about 19 degrees weather, cloudy, but tomorrow it's going to get to about 25 degrees, so it's going to be all week really hot next week. So I probably will come on live and do a cooking, but I'm not sure what to cook yet. I'm just saying. So if you're just joining in and you're new, welcome in everyone. So tonight I'm cooking a Vietnamese pork dish. Okay, it's from SimplyCook. I made this in lockdown, but I couldn't find this box. I couldn't find it unless I got it on the website. And I saw it in Asda. Bought it because I thought, let's do that for our cooking theme. On the website. And I saw it in Asda. Bought it because I thought, let's do that for our cooking theme, which is open book. So it's just like any recipe. I usually am on at 10 o'clock Eastern time, which is 3 o'clock. But I'm glad I didn't come on early today. I was in no fit state this morning. So I'm just getting rid of all the juices from the pork fillet. And then we'll cut this up. Do you want me to zoom in a little bit, or have I put that on yet? I don't think I have ever. So I like to cut my meat into the pan. This will be frying up. So nice strips. Try not to get any of the plastic in there. Otherwise it'll be called Vietnamese plastic with vegetables. Although we're saying that. Right, your water's boiled. So what I find interesting. Right, your water's boiled. So what I find interesting, but when it comes to the rice, because a lot of us get confused, we think, right, what type of rice do I cook it with, or if I've never cooked this sort of meal before. Well, you could add turmeric to rice, you could add beans to rice. Put in the comments what you suggest that you would add to rice to boost your intake of certain things. Because turmeric's good for you, but what we're going to be adding to this rice is a stock. Now I've touched the meat now, so it's huge, this piece. Pork doesn't take long to cook, but another thing to do is dampen the meat as well if you can do. I was going to cut this up before and I thought, do you know what, sometimes you're not sure how long things take to cook, you know, when you've made stuff before. Should have waited really for the pan to heat up, but never mind. I'll try and read the comments in a second. But yeah, I think that would be a really good idea to go to Dublin, because for me, I can actually get on a plane quite cheap from here, or go to Liverpool and go across on the ferry maybe. But sometimes it's just cheaper to fly over. Possibly. I'm getting to that tough, the tough part of the meat. Come on, cut. Almost there. I always use these type of scissors because, well, I always use it. People think I'm crazy using scissors to cut meat, but it's how a lot of people used to do it. As I say, I'm not a fan of using big knives on a chopping board to cut meat. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for me. As I say, I'm not a fan of using big knives on a chopping board to cut meat. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for me. I've just always been used to using scissors. Right, nearly there. Just pop it in the sink. How are we doing? We're still on, aren't we? Always check your live stream, because I remember one time I thought I was live for an hour. I didn't even press the go live button. So this might take longer to cook because it's on a smaller hob. Last piece. I'll wash my hands. I'll get the rice. Rice doesn't take long to cook. There we go. And if you want to cut that up any smaller, go for it. I'm just gonna. You can get rid of the fat as well if you want to. Right, I can hear it sizzling, so... Right, how are we doing, guys? I've wanted to go to Ireland forever, but I'd love to share being... Well, it's always good to go somewhere, isn't it, Brenda, where you know someone. Otherwise you go to these places and you're like, help, there's nobody there. I'm just going to get my jug because I need to fill this up with the right amount of water. Always measure the amount of water you need for your rice. See, we're cooking already on that. That's brilliant. Right, so 300 millilitres of hot water. So I'm going to pour this in. It's a really tasty dish if you can get hold of the ingredients. So we add that to the rice, like so. Oh, I want to show you this as well. You're going to love this. Are you ready, Brenda and Anne? This is one of my new Miyoki cups. And it's a shamrock one. How awesome is that? You got your straw, it's leak proof, and you can put hot drinks in there and cold drinks. So, what's that say? What are you playing? What are we playing? Not sure what you mean, what am I playing? Right, so you can all see this guy. Right, let's get I've got my silicone spoon. Right, I'm going to pop this on as well because we need to add our stock. It's weird not having a recipe card trying to read off this. So it says because we need to add our stock. It's weird not having a recipe card trying to read off this. So it says mix of Vietnamese beef stock somewhere. Or if you can get hold of this kit, as I say, you can get them in Asda. And I paid, I think it was £2.50. I think it used to be a lot cheaper, but how can I get this off? get a knife. But it is worth it actually for the flavours. So, yeah, during lockdown. When we did lockdown, SimplyCook had a referral scheme. And that's what I was using at the time, and I used to get all these meals that I was doing through the referral scheme. You know, because if somebody bought a pack, I would get one back, like 4 different recipes. So mix that in. It's actually, I think, still on my link tree, I think, but it might not be there anymore, I'm not sure. It might have expired. So get your beef stock in, and then we're going to heat this up. Pork, oh, it smells really nice already, this. Just get it all out there, because it does make a big difference. Sometimes I see people cooking and they just waste half of it. Right, so I'm going to pop this on this hob over here. They just waste half of it. Right, so I'm going to pop this on this hob over here. And I'll pop the lid on. Right, that's now on as well. Okay, try and tidy up as I go along. So lid goes on. I'm going to leave that for 10 minutes to cook. So next thing then is to heat oil in the pan. On that, fried the pork. We need to fry it and then remove and put aside. Now that's if you're going to be, yeah, because we're going to make a sauce. So let's closer, kind of. There we go. That's a bit better. So yeah, pork. I love pork. Pork is just one of the cheapest meats. Very, very tasty. You can do lots of meals with pork. And if you've never tried it, give it a try. You'll be very surprised. But I think a lot of times we always overcook pork. So it's got to be up to about 65 degrees. That's the temperature you need pork to be at, 65 Celsius. If you want to cook it to about 62 or 60 and then let it rest, then you're going to get this really nice juicy. If you want to cook it to about 62 or 60 and then let it rest, then you're going to get this really nice juicy pork. A lot of times people go up to 70 or even 75 with pork and then realise, yeah, it's not chicken, you've overcooked it. I have to turn this up a little bit. I think we're doing alright. Sometimes I have the pan on too hot. Is that Jay? Hello Jay, just as I was looking at the screen, your name popped up. Your pie looks amazing. I've not seen the final product yet. I'm sure you'll send a photo. But it sort of reminded me of a quiche. You know, with it's an open top pie. I love those types of pies, but I don't cook them as often as I should. But yeah, it did look very nice. So we're just cooking some pork. This is a Vietnamese pork dish, Jay, that I'm doing from SimplyCook. So we're just cooking some pork. This is a Vietnamese pork dish, Jay, that I'm doing from SimplyCook. I need to dice them up a little bit more. So I'm going to use this chopper to do that. So I've got a chopper here. Don't think I'm going to be able to put all these in. See if this works. I have to do it slowly. Usually when I do these things it ends up being a disaster. Let's see if it works. There we go. Oh, that worked. It smells really nice. Can't put that on without that on. Nope. Oh, it's not working now. It's out of charge. There we go. So, we've got some nice onions. There we go. So I'm going to keep chopping these up. And then this will go into a sauce later on. in that goes. I'll do it in stages. Lost my lid now. Where did I put it? There it is. Can't tell you how good this smells in this kitchen. It smells amazing. As I said, the reason I'm cutting this up really small is because it asks for shallots, which are really small onions. So it'll have a little difference of a taste, but it's the only thing I've got when it comes to onions, apart from spring onions. It smells so good. I've just realised I'm too zoomed in. Oh no, we're good. We're good. So you just want to cook the pork until it's fully cooked and then, well, not, you know, not burnt. It's looking good. Right, let's add the next one in. With you in just a second, guys. Don't worry if it's not fully chopped up. It's going to cook super quick when it hits the pan anyway. So, right, last one. Let's do all this together and then it's done. Got to be so careful because it's very, very sharp. These little ones are great, these choppers. I don't want that piece. Right, let's try again. One last time. Yeah, Derby's on after me, so she'll be on about 8 o'clock UK time. Because I was meant to come on at 7. UK time. But Kim couldn't make it, so I jumped on a little bit earlier. Right, so that's now done. The onions are chopped. So if you've got shallots, use shallots. I've actually got some more onion here, but I'll just show you what it looks like. So what you're doing is you're cooking the pork separately to the onions. So that's the onions there, all diced up. I just realised I could have used the pull and chop from as seen on TV. Would have been a little bit easier, but that's not a electric one. Right, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It smells really nice. Okay, so next step then. We've got the rice boiling away, so once that's done, I'm going to turn it off after 10 minutes. Hey Abby, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Where's Aidan travelling next? I am going on an adventure next month. I am going on an adventure next month. It says there as well. Add the so we just got to wait until this is cooked, and then I can move on to the next step. Okay. trying to read these comments. Let's have a look. Not Turkey, no. I'm off to Spain, España. I'm just reading that, Darby. I think I'll be able to make it at the top of the hour after you. No worries, Darby. Is Darby on? Yep. Oh, thanks for sharing. Yeah, if you can share out, because I've been early. Sometimes it's tricky to find the links, and I know I put the links together, but sometimes it just depends what people are doing, and sometimes they only show up for a certain amount of time. You know, because like if I post it too early, they only show up for a certain amount of time. You know, because like if I post it too early. I just want this pork cooking a little bit longer before I take them out of the pan. Just as I say, don't want to get food poisoning. Okay. So yeah, what we're going to do is take this out of the pan, and then we're going to add in, if you're using mange tout, you would add that to your pan, fry that off, and then put it with the pork afterwards, and then the sauces with the onions, sugar. It's called titco paste, and some water. I'm just going to absorb some of this using some paper towel. So a great little tip for you if you've ever got any fat and oils, just move everything to one side. And just absorb all the nasty stuff. Okay. I think I'm going to turn this up a little bit actually. Just turned it up by 1. So it's just a waiting game now. Just turned it up by 1. So it's just a waiting game now. The rice is looking good as well. So anybody got any questions? Anything? Any questions? I'm trying to take it into the centre. You could put a lid on the top as well, but I'm trying to take it into the centre. You could put a lid on the top as well, but how are we doing, guys? Oh, definitely. Be lying by the pool sipping ice cold drinks. I've turned the pan up now and you can see it's starting to it's definitely getting a bit more fiery. It's starting to brown a little bit now, so I'm going to give that another 2 more minutes and then we'll take them out because it's going to go back in the pan anyway. And then we'll move on to the next step. In fact, you could pop the green beans in now if you wanted to. So get the green beans in. As I say, I'm taking these out of the pan, but they only need to cook for 2 minutes, or as long as you need for green beans. You could add a little bit of water in there as well to let them steam cook a little bit. So it's not a very exciting one today, really. But it's a very, very tasty meal, this. Alternative, you could do the sauce in a separate pan if you wanted to, in a saucepan. But everything's going to go back into the pan anyway. Well, you could kind of do it all in the pan if you wanted to. Let's do it all in the pan then. Right. And then we know everything's cooked. So I've just moved everything to the side. Right, so for the sauce then you're going to add in your shallots or onions. Get them in. Make sure everything's out of the... So just make sure it's even. Let me give you a close-up. Can you see that? So just make sure it's even. Let me give you a close-up. Can you see that? So that's all your onions. Imagine they're shallots. It's quite a lot there, but probably don't need that much actually. But it'll add lots of flavour. You can add a little bit of oil to this. The onions. Making sure it's covered, there we go. Smells really nice. And then what you're going to do is sprinkle in some sugar. We'll let that sit for a couple minutes. We're doing this kind of in 2 sections here. So you're going to take some brown sugar. And you're going to sprinkle the sugar onto the onions. Got a few clumps there. And that's going to caramelise the onions. This is what adds that sweetness. I'm going to use it all because I've not got any more left. And that was light brown sugar. So you could use dark brown sugar. It's up to you. So I don't need that now. Until I need it later. So then what we're going to do is we're going to start, until it starts to melt and bubble. Start to move it around if you want. It starts to melt and bubble. Start to move it around if you want. Mix it in. Move these out of the way. Smells so good. I think my rice is done, so I'm going to turn the rice off. If I've got the right one, yep. So the rice is done. I'm just going to move that to one side. Keep the lid over it. As I said, I've never done this before with red onion. So if you're doing it with shallots, you'll see, and as well as like dark brown sugar as well, it's different. I've actually got some ketchup mayonnaise. I'm tempted to add a little bit of that to it as well, you know. But actually, no, we've got the sauce. Right, so next we're going to add in the Titco paste. So if you can find this, it's THITKHO. I'm going to add this in to our sauce, to our onions. This is what starts the process. So you add this in to your onions, and then you also need some water as well. So 50 ml of water. Add that in. And then mix all that in. This is starting to create like a stock with the onions. So you can mix all that in now with the pork. Give it a mix. The smell coming off this is amazing. So we've got the rice, we've got the pork, we've got the green beans, all that flavour. You don't want to ruin it kind of with soy sauce, because the whole idea is that you've got this sauce to cook with. But the smell is amazing. You could use bok choy as well. Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. But you want to make sure everything's cooked through. Don't put too much water in. And then we've got one other thing left to add, and it's the chili garlic paste. Oh, we've got spring onions as well to go in as well. You can add a few spring onions now if you wanted to. So, got some different scissors. I'm just going to cut these in. You can add some on the top as well, but use all of your... You could add nuts into this. Any other suggestions, let me know in the comments. But you have to remember as well, there's already stock in the rice. So if you think it's like, you might say, oh, that's too dry. It's not dry because you've got all that stock in your rice. So we're almost ready to serve. As I say, last thing is to add the chili garlic paste. These are great, these kits. If you've never had a SimplyCook and you see them, you can go on the website as well and get them. Right, I'm going to add in the chili garlic paste. Use a spoon. The only problem is the packaging. It could do with... Don't want to get it in your eye either. Don't touch your eyes when you've got chilies. Didn't seem to be much in that. Maybe it's because I'm using a bigger pan than I normally would. Anyway. Mix that in. So you can do this with chicken as well. It smells amazing. Better than any takeaway on a Saturday night. And I think it's almost ready. So put a 1 in the comments if you're hungry right now and would eat this. If you would eat this, put a 1 in the comments. Put a 2 if you wouldn't, and put a 3 if you don't care. Brenda, that's funny. Right, we're done. So I'm going to turn this off. That was on a very high heat, so it's definitely cooked. So I'm going to now add this. We're going to start with the rice. It's very hot. So I'll get a spoon. Just wondering how to do this. Where's best? I'm just going to do it on the side and then I'll show you. So we've got the rice. Put the rice into your bowl first. As I said, the rice is where the stock is, and then you can take the pork, add that to your dish. Loads of this. And then you finish it with, well, you can finish it with some nuts or a little bit of extra spring onion. So there it is, guys. That is your pork, Vietnamese pork. Absolutely delicious dish. So let me just, I'm going to just do another one, so please 1 second. Right, so I'm just going to pop another one on in another bowl. And then I'm going to, we're only on 7:10. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy food vlogs, food videos. And if you want vlogs, food videos, and if you want bok choy as well, use that, and also use shallots instead of red onions. First time using red onions, so I'll flip the camera around so you can see me. I've got loads of pork left. And then we'll do a little taste test, see what it tastes like with the, probably tastes better because I've not had it in a long time. So I'll flip the camera around, here we go. Oh, 1 minute. Sorry guys. I have to turn the tripod round. There we go. Double tap, flip. I've got my glasses on. There we go. Right, let's have a little taste of it then. Here we go. Where's my fork? So this is with, I mean, I can't even see the onions really. So let's try the rice. It's nice. Oh, that's very nice. Let's try the pork. It's very hot. That's absolutely stunning. There's nothing worse than dry pork, but when it's got that nice chili, garlic, all them flavours, that is very tasty. Alright, let's try a bit of green bean, and then crunchy. Mmm. Definitely Derby. Oh, I needed that. It's absolutely stunning. So, that's it. I'm going to go and eat this. And make sure you're following everybody in the chat if you're new to the channel. Brenda, Darby, Anne, Jay, I think, Darby, what's your username? I always forget, because I remember you changed it from the other one, but I did put it in the link. So just pop it up in the comments, Darby, so I can pin it on the screen. It's absolutely stunning, this. I'm not just going to sit here and eat. There we go, Darby Jones 22. It's very nice. Look at the rice, I don't know with the rice. I wasn't sure if it was jasmine rice or not before I actually started cooking it. I think it is. I would give it an extra minute or two, but in the actual dish itself, it's actually like heating and warming up and still cooking, so it's actually softening the rice a bit more. It's not overly, it's about 80% done. It's got a nice little crunch to it, so it's really nice. So I'm going to head off, guys. I'm going to go and eat this now. He's lost in his food. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. I think the next live will be on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday 10 AM. I think, yeah. So take care, everyone. Enjoy the nice weather that we're going to get as well. And I'll see you in Darby's broadcast. And if you want to watch the replays of all the others, go and watch them back as well. I'll post it on my X. So you can click on the link and then it'll go to their videos. So go and watch their videos back. So take care, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye for now, guys. Bye, 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 bye.